Hello you guys, welcome back to Channel Claire. I am back because this whole situation with Amber and her boyfriend who is currently missing, Gary 2.0, is really rubbing me the wrong way. And I went back over to Elle Bee official's channel and listened to Amber speak about this situation with Gary being missing, Gary 2.0. And I don't know if you guys follow true crime at all, if you know about Gannon Stout, Letitia Stout, if you've listened or watched her videos, if you have seen her interview she did when it was first known that Gannon was missing, and how she was speaking to the reporter and she wanted her back turned. And it was so reminiscent, listening to Amber, it was so reminiscent, like she's immediately obviously on defense coming on to Elle Bee's channel because she can see the comments. I see all of the comments on Twitter. I have gone down all the videos I see on TikTok. Everybody, a lot of people, let me not say everybody, but a lot of people think that Amber has done something to Gary 2.0. How scary and crazy. And for Amber, I'm just thinking, how does one compute all of these people up and down all of social media thinking that you killed, because let's just call it what it is. This is what people are saying, or harmed or hurt, whatever. He's not in contact with his family, his friends, his close loved ones, the people that would normally hear from him. So say he's done with Amber, right? Fine, good, he left. Why wouldn't he reach out to the people who care for him and that he cares for? Knowing he would know that they are worried, but he left his phone supposedly. It's all sketchy. So for Amber, I would think that people thinking that she would harm another human being on this level, to her would be like a self-reflection moment of, whoa, what the F am I doing? Because her track record is why people are thinking to this level she could do something like this potentially. And I'm not trying to put that out there. I'm not trying to say she did anything. This is all alleged, but it is what everyone is saying online. Let me again not say everyone. A lot of people have gone down the TikTok rabbit hole. I've watched like so many videos on this. And another thing is that when I went back to listen to Amber speak on Elle Bee, is that she said the last time he was seen was, I guess, at a Walgreens. Now, I don't recall or remember if she said it was like on camera or if someone spotted him and there was a witness that told that to the police or this, that, and other. But he was at like a Walgreens, a CVS, convenience store of that nature, which would put him in public, away from her, where people could see him, okay? So that's what she said on Elle Bee's Live. But when I listened to the officer's report that he did on the news, he said the last time he was seen was when he departed, he left with just his phone, he left with just his keys and his wallet, not his phone, which the officer noted that he felt was strange, and that he was seen on some road. Not that he was seen at a CVS, Walgreens, any type of store. So that in itself is conflicting. Also, you're in a location, in a place where you do not know. Apparently they were up in some mountains. You know, in North Carolina, the roads aren't that great, even for the locals. Why would you not take your phone? I mean, just nowadays in 2024, people are attached to their phones. I leave the house without a phone, I'm turning around. I feel naked. I am directionally challenged. I don't know how to get anywhere without my dang on GPS. So that's just an automatic no-go. And apparently, Gary 2.0 has been missing since Saturday and has yet to reach out to anybody. Of course, because he did not take his phone, but even still, you're walking around, if you're able-bodied and you could maybe get to a road or get to a person or get to some type of something where you can get in contact with a loved one, family member, or what have you. Unless, I'm just trying to think of all scenarios, because I know nowadays a lot of people don't know phone numbers because we have them in our phone. We store them in our phone, so you don't remember numbers like you had to back in the day. So maybe he didn't, doesn't have his phone, doesn't know anyone's number, can't get in contact with anybody. So maybe he's trying to make his way back to Indiana. I don't know. It's just such an eerie feeling around all of this, and just hearing her speak and how she came off very defensive and I felt like she was more so concerned with letting people know that she didn't do anything to harm him and that she had nothing to do with this. There was an altercation, yes, but it wasn't a big blow up. It was an emotional conversation. People are straight up calling her Chris Watts on TikTok, y'all. Christopher Watts, who took out his family. Because he did an interview talking about him and Shanann had an emotional conversation that day she came home, and he let her know that, their relationship wasn't going to be working anymore. And it was just an emotional conversation. When she was pregnant and 2 young children, no, I doubt it was just an emotional conversation. So Amber is saying that it was just an emotional conversation, but we have seen how Amber can pop off. And it's much more than just an emotional conversation. Things have gotten physical. In the past, people can change, people can grow, people can do all of those things, but the most recent thing that we had just saw of Amber was her popping off at a dinner table with her 15-year-old daughter, her little sister, her ex, and his wife. To the point where she called the daughter a dick, made her cry on her 15th birthday. It's just, I don't know. If you have followed at all the Gannon Stout situation, you saw Letitia Stout's interview that she did with the reporter when she was turning around, or if you have listened to any of her interrogation videos on YouTube, and if it sounds familiar to you at all, let me know. I am not saying that Amber did anything. I do not know. I am still hoping that Gary 2.0, is found safe. Maybe he's a little worse for wear, but still safe and, good. And he can get back to his family, whether that means he wants to be with Amber, not talk to her or not, because it seems the way they left off was not on a good note, regardless of what she's saying, that they had like this loving relationship, I guess, up to that point where he departed and left without his phone. The cops said that's weird. People just don't leave without their phone. And that's, I think, also why they're trying to make a similarity with Christopher Watts. I think the reason why people are also comparing Amber to Chris Watts is because if you've watched the body cam footage of when the cop arrived to Shanann and Chris's house with Nicole Kessinger, the bestest best friend in the world. My goodness, she cracked the whole case before Chris even had a chance. When they went into the house, when Chris finally allowed them to go into the house, they go upstairs, and at one point, Chris realizes Shanann's phone is still in the house. But she used the phone for work, very active on social media, connected to her phone. Why would she leave with her daughters, not take her phone? Apparently the phone was powered down. More things made it weird, like not taking the girls' medicines, car seats. Her car was still there, all the weird things. But that was one of the things as well, that her phone was still there, but she was not. So, and they were on the way to apparently Amber's brother's wedding and got into this altercation. I could see it going down, like, because meeting family, you know, you're in a relationship, you're about to meet families for the first time. I'm not saying it's the first time, but like being around somebody else's family for the first time for an extended period of time could be, you know, a little, give you anxiety or worries. And if there was already some tension between the families, or if Gary 2.0's family had felt a type of way about Amber, you know, I could just see how that could go down and how Amber would not take well to that. And I don't think it would just be an emotional conversation, because I've heard the audios, I've seen the videos of Amber popping off numerous times. So, yeah, we're gonna keep watching, waiting, updating, because this is certainly strange. And a lot of people have a lot of strong thoughts about what they think has happened to Gary 2.0, but at the end of the day, we will not know until we know. And a lot of people, you know, are saying one thing. Of course, Amber is innocent. People are saying she should stop talking, get a lawyer. Because, of course, when someone's missing, and they're missing for an extended period of time, they always look at who? The partner. So, yeah. It's not good. It's not good at all. But I will update you guys when we hear something more. I will see you in another video.